In last night's game, the Knicks were on the verge of going down 3-0 until Tom Thibodeau made a very gutsy call that saved the Knicks' season. Now this game will be remembered as the Karl Anthony Towns legacy game, but what had gotten overshadowed was Tibbs' ability to use Brunson's minutes that changed this game. After losing game 2, a lot of the chatter was about the poor performance from the Knicks starting lineup. While Brunson has been playing really well, the Knicks have been a lot worse as a team with him on the court. This has especially been apparent when he's playing with Karl Anthony Towns. With 2 defensive liabilities on the floor, the Pacers offense got whatever they wanted. So going into game 3, Thibodeau changed up his rotation, going with a double big lineup to provide more rim protection. That worked well early, as Robinson's presence in the paint deterred the Pacers from attacking the rim. And with more size in the paint, he helped clean up the boards multiple times, and the Knicks jumped out to an early 5-point lead. But this didn't solve the core issue. With Brunson in the game, the Knicks offense is focused on getting him the ball. Yes, he is their best player, but the offense tends to stall. As he's looking for his shot, the ball is in his hands for long stretches, while everyone else is just standing around. In a sense, the Knicks have an obligation to make sure he's always involved on offense. Otherwise, there isn't a need for him to be on the floor. And the Pacers have been okay with guarding Brunson straight up. With defensive guys like Nesmith and Nembhard, they could hold their own and live with any tough shots. On the other end though, Brunson was attacked mercilessly. Because he's only 6 feet tall, there's only so much he can do on defense. But what makes this series particularly different is Indiana's quickness. Their offense naturally flows from one action to the next, which forces Brunson to guard multiple actions, and that's when Indiana can create really good offense. Because Brunson had to constantly move, he started to get into foul trouble. Up 11, Halliburton puts Brunson in a pick and roll, and as he rotates to Nesmith, he decides to take him one-on-one and draws Brunson's 3rd foul of the game. Despite being in foul trouble, Tibbs kept Brunson in, and that's when the Pacers blew the game wide open. As Brunson drives on Nesmith, Hallie comes over to strip the ball away. That creates a fast break, and Toppin slams it home. Next possession, Brunson runs a pick and roll and misses an open 3, so the Pacers run again, and Halliburton finds open space for a 3. Then just 2 minutes later, the Pacers put Brunson in a pick and roll, and he's forced to navigate multiple screens. He's behind the play, so Robinson has to come over, and the Pacers draw another foul. Then a few possessions later, things got more serious when Brunson couldn't slide in front of Nembhard and picked up his 4th foul. There was no choice but to put Brunson on the bench, and Tibbs went with Shamet, who provided an immediate spark. Halliburton tries attacking Shamet in pick and roll, but he fights that screen, and Robinson tips the ball away. And then on the other end, Shamet attacked a closeout and kicked it to Bridges for 3 to cut the lead at 13 going into halftime. In that 3rd quarter, Tibbs went back to Brunson, and we saw the same issues again. Defense aside, Brunson wasn't productive enough on offense to continue cutting that deficit. He turned the ball over a few times that led to easy baskets, which helped maintain Indiana's lead. So with the deficit still at 13 and just 2 minutes left in the 3rd, Tibbs subbed Brunson out, and with the help from Deuce McBride, the Knicks had a little bit of momentum going into the 4th. But the biggest decision Tibbs made was inserting Karl Anthony Towns to start the 4th quarter. With Brunson on the bench, the Knicks spaced the floor and let Towns go to work. He's in the corner and goes at Turner in the post before spinning back to his right with some nice touch. On the other end, the Pacers are trying to set up a post-up, but Hart's quicker to the ball and creates a turnover. Then the Knicks start to run, and Hart finds Towns in semi-transition, who immediately drives and puts it in to cut the lead to 3. So just a few minutes into the 4th, Tibbs put Brunson back in, but continued to ride Towns. And with the Knicks down 1, Towns cuts from the wing and posterizes Nembhard to give them the lead. Then after a Pacers miss, Brunson came down the lane and attacked Nembhard for a layup. But in Pacers fashion, they go fast, forcing Brunson to get back, and Nembhard draws contact for Brunson's 5th foul of the game. Now remember, Tibbs had played Brunson in that 2nd quarter when he was already in foul trouble. But seeing how this game was going, he took a chance by benching him with under 8 minutes to go, and it paid off immensely. Because Towns had it going, the Knicks gave him the green light, and he steps back for 3 to push to lead to 4. More importantly though, for the first time in this series, the Pacers offense looked slow and ineffective. While their spacing was good, there was no one that they could attack. With more size and speed on the perimeter, the Knicks were much quicker to the ball. On the pick and rolls, they navigated the screens much better, and the Pacers had to settle with tough running floaters. So all of a sudden, the Pacers offense looked discombobulated, with Nesmith trying to challenge OG Anunoby, and he swats his shot away. Overall, Tibbs sat Brunson for 6 straight minutes, and the Knicks continued to maintain that lead. But with just over a minute to go, McBride missed an open 3, and the Pacers respond back as Haliburton finds Siakam under the basket, who creates free throws with a chance to tie the game. So with Siakam at the line, Tibbs inserted Jalen Brunson back in the lineup to let the clutch player of the year go to work, and on the ensuing inbound, he drives past Nesmith and floats it in for the lead. With Brunson in the game though, the Pacers try attacking him in the pick and roll. The Knicks switch it and have Brunson scram out to the corner. He runs Nesmith off the 3-point line and forces him into a tough floater. So with the chance to close the game, Brunson goes at Nesmith again, but he makes a great recovery and blocks that shot. And then with just 3 seconds on the shot clock, the Pacers do a great job scrambling and Brunson airballs the shot. But because it's a shot clock violation, that gives Tibbs the chance to sub Brunson out for defense. With the game and season on the line, the Knicks switch Mitchell Robinson onto Hallie. He tries driving, but that's cut off, and Bridges switches onto him. Robinson recovers in time to contest Turner's shot, with Hart flying in for a tough defensive rebound, which then leads to the final play of the game. After Haliburton makes free throws to cut the lead to 2, Thibodeau calls timeout to advance the ball, and more importantly, get Brunson back in the game. The Knicks then run a brilliant inbound play by fanning Hart and OG out so that Brunson has all the space to move and the Pacers don't have a choice but to foul. And fittingly, despite being benched for a big portion of the fourth quarter, Brunson made Tibbs look like a genius, knocking down both free throws to make it a 4-point game and secure the Knicks a much needed win. Overall, in the Knicks' biggest game in quite a while, Brunson only played 3 minutes of game time in the fourth quarter, but he made the 2 biggest baskets when the Knicks needed it most. Yes, part of the reason he didn't play in the fourth was because of foul trouble, but it was Tibbs' ability to recognize what had been working throughout the game that gave him enough confidence to take that gamble. And he ended up using Brunson as wisely as he could, which is why the Knicks now have life. As the series goes on, I'm curious to see how Tibbs will continue navigating Brunson, Cat, and the bench's minutes. While Brunson and Cat are by far the Knicks' 2 best players, they have specific limitations that have shined through in this series, and this is what you should be watching for as the series continues on. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.